Hey, everybody. We are here. This is Ant Live 9. And we are so glad that you are here tonight. I am Tom, the host of the Small Scale Life podcast. And I am also here with my friend
Adam with Modern Frontier Farms, the crazy co-host.
No, you're not crazy. We might be crazy together, but
yeah.
We'll get there. And I just noticed that our little scroller there has a typo. Yes, we'll fix that in a second. So we are playing with technology this week. And if you've been here, if you are here, I will, if you're on the YouTube's in the live section, you can see a live, the stream of the show. But I do have a scroller, a ticker, a tracker. Ticker? It's kind of like the stock market ticker back in the day. It's around going on the bottom, and it says, welcome to Ant Live 9. Sit down, get comfy, grab a drink, and tell us you were here. So if you're here, welcome. Tell us you're here. That would be wonderful. And we've got a fun show ahead of you. Did you know something's coming here, man? There's something that's happening. What is happening this week? There's some stuff that's happening. What is it?
Probably one of my favorite holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. It's not religious. It's not supposed to be political. It's about being appreciative, and you get to eat some really great food. I love to cook.
Yes.
I love to cook. I love to show off my cooking. This is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is the big dance. You know, we get to really enjoy some really good food, and we can go as wild and crazy as you want with your preps. Otherwise, you can keep it pretty simple. And simple, huh? Simple. How about 20 simple steps for a better holiday season? That's a good title for a show, don't you think, man?
I think that's perfect.
That's great.
We make it too complicated sometimes with holiday seasons.
I think we totally do.
I think you put together a really awesome list, and I'd love to go through it.
Awesome. Yes. We'll get there in just a second. So I think you've got some good news. You've had a good week, I think.
I've had a great week. We sold out of most of our turkeys.
Sweet.
We have a few frozen turkeys. I can give a few helpful tips on how to make an awesome turkey if you're interested.
I am interested, yes.
All right. So say you forgot to thaw the turkey out. So tip number 1, take that turkey. It's fully frozen, like it's frozen, rock solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself a simple brine.
Yes.
My simple brine is 1 cup of salt, 1 cup of sugar, and 3 gallons of water. Put it in a cooler. Put that frozen turkey right in there with that salt and sugar brine. You can skip the sugar if you really want to, but at least that salt. You want to make the most flavorful turkey, make a brine. Even if you didn't forget and you have a fresh turkey, not frozen at all, totally thawed out, still put in that brine. Why? Because that salt helps penetrate into that turkey. You don't need to add all sorts of fancy stuff to the brine. Keep it simple. The fancy stuff comes when you start to cook it, right? So you take that turkey that was brined. I usually do 12 to 24 hours at least. You put it on that roaster pan, you get that thing seasoned up all over the place. Whatever seasoning you want to use it. And then take to make that turkey really moist. Moist, I love that word.
That's such a word. Yes, do continue, sir.
So I take onion, I take garlic, I take a bunch of herbs, some of my spices, get that inside the turkey. Sometimes I use apples and lemons. Shove that up inside the bird instead of your stuffing. Makes the stuffing taste really good, but this combination of all those wet like ingredients, that makes that bird even more flavorful and helps keep that bird moist. So easy, simple tips, cheap, affordable, and it brings your turkey to like a restaurant level type deal.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the brine technique. I use a 5-gallon bucket, and that's where I add all the water and the salt. I've done sugar before. One thing I like doing is I do throw some peppercorns in there, maybe some garlic, maybe some onions, maybe some oranges. I tried that with your the chicken, your fryer chicken that I got, and it turned out really good. And then of course I season it once it comes out of the brine, but it really worked nice. Apples, yes, I would totally agree with apples. Just that fall, those fall flavors. You know what I mean? It is all about the flavors. So
Mhm.
you got to have a shirt that says it's all about the flavor, man.
Ooh, that might
Yeah,
be. I like that idea. We're brainstorming here.
yeah. Okay, so I do have to ask you one question. It's going around the internet a ton. Spatchcocking, right? That's
Mhm.
moving the backbone and basically filleting that out. So it's not one big bird, but kind of you can quarter it or spatchcock it, where you take out the spine and it. What do you think about that? Do you do that? Is that something that helps? I mean, then you're not going to be able to put the like the apples and other things in the cavity of the bird, but it does help with cooking, I think. What do you think? What's your
Oh,
thought?
it definitely helps with cooking. It helps even out. That bird will get cooked more evenly across from because it makes it more square, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
It you can put those thighs up closer, those wings further back. It's not, you don't have this big chunk of white breast meat on one side and these little wings that are
Yeah.
poking out on the sides. It does help keep that bird more uniform for cooking. It doesn't necessarily, to my opinion, I don't like the look of it.
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
I
You're not
don't.
getting that traditional bird. You're getting pieces and parts and all that. But the way we
Right.
eat it, I carve it up anyway in the kitchen, and then we do it buffet style. So we don't do all that. So
I love the look. Like, I
mm,
mean, you can still make a spatchcock turkey
hmm
look lovely, but I like the look of that turkey right there on the table in the middle of
mm,
everything. You got your mashed potatoes, your sweet
mm.
potatoes, your cranberry sauce, your stuffing. I don't know. What's your favorite side dish?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, here we go.
I'm getting hungry.
I know. I wish I had Julie in the room, because this is where we'd have a big discussion about this. Because my favorite, to be honest with you, is stuffing. Okay. Now, the big discussion is, and I'm still butthurt about this, like 6 years later. No, shit. Like 16 years later, we were in Illinois and I wanted to make homemade stuffing. So I got all the ingredients and I made it, cooked it. And at that point in my cooking career, I experimented a lot of things, and so I might have added a little too much of the moisture to it, so it was a little slimy. And Jewel's a texture girl. That's why she doesn't like mushrooms. So then she's like, I don't really like this. I really like stovetop. So ever since that point, I think it was in 2004, I swear, God, that's 20 years. I swear I've never made homemade stuffing ever again. And she does a stovetop. I still like it. I like stovetop, but that is always a story of infamy in our Thanksgiving career.
Oh,
How about you, man? What's your favorite?
mine, it has to be mashed potatoes and a good gravy. Like, you just can't beat a good gravy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just you got the flavors in there, and just I love it.
All
Just
right. So your gravy recipe, what are you doing for that? Are you taking the drippings and the grease and kind of doing it that way, making a roux and all that? Or what do you do?
Yeah, so I make take the drippings and roux, but I take it a step above. I typically will take the carcass of the turkey from the year before,
Oh, wow.
and I will cook that down, and I'll make a bone broth out of that.
Yep.
Now, this year I have a little extra. I have turkey feet, which which makes an incredible bone broth also. So I'm gonna I don't have the broth from last year's turkey because it was at someone else's house, but I do have the turkey feet. So this year I'm going to make the broth out of that. But that was kind of a nice tradition, right? To sit there and take the bone broth from the turkey from the year before. I pressure can it, let it sit there all year, and make the gravy off of the Thanksgiving turkey from the previous year before.
That's really cool, actually. That's super cool.
But what I'll be doing this year now is taking the turkey feet, but I will make a general roux. You make that gravy, or mix it with that bone broth, make that gravy up. Actually, I'll be honest with you. Lisa, my wife, she's the one that actually is way better at making the gravy than I am. I always screw it up. I'll be honest with you. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, put that on I do a rustic mashed potato where I may not peel all of the skins off of it.
Yep.
So you actually have some extra flavor in there.
Yes.
I always put garlic in there.
And
I always put lots of butter.
Yeah.
But year from year, I go, do I use cream? Do I use sour cream?
Yep.
What do I use? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do this year.
It just happens, man. It just happens. No, totally. I mean, like a garlic mashed potato with like the red potatoes. Oh, fantastic. And then
little rosemary in there.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, I do have a rosemary story. So one year I grew 2 wonderful rosemary plants, and then I took all the rosemary off. I had a lot of rosemary, and I used rosemary in literally everything, and my family didn't like that. So I've been using rosemary very gingerly. Do you see a common theme here? We always go, here's the thing, and I go a little bit too far. So
bring it back a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, hey, this is how you learn. You make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. This is how we get better. And I think your family should support you in making more mistakes.
Absolutely. With your meat, I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So yeah, good stuff. We are we're really excited this year because we're having people over. So we're having Ryan, Rebecca, their friends Joe and Abby, and then Rebecca's parents are coming over. So we are super excited to have everybody coming. We've also put it out there to Ryan that if some of his buddies don't have anywhere to go, come on over. We got it's going to get stupid simple this year because Julie's work graciously is buying all the employees a turkey, like a whole Thanksgiving dinner. So I know, right? So, I mean, I'm feeling a little sad because I'm not going to be able to cook it, but I'll still cook a spiral ham and we'll do some other things and it's going to be delicious. So I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to have lots of people here and it's going to be fun.
That sounds, and that's what it's all about, is having good people around you, having some fun. And, maybe the holiday times can be pretty stressful. So that's one of the things you got to emphasize, having fun, enjoying it. Because, I hate it when people sit there and go, oh, I just wish it was over. Yeah. Just wish it was over. Well, why do you wish it was over?
Mm-hmm. What's cool is there's some slides floating around or some pictures floating around of Thanksgivings and Christmas dinners in the past where it was my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, and they were all together in a little town called Briggsville. You ever heard of Briggsville?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad and mom had a place there, and they would have everybody over for these big meals. And then that kind of, when they moved out of Briggsville to White Bear Lake, Minnesota, it all just kind of fell apart. So it's going to be cool to kind of restart that a little bit, and I'm glad this all kind of dovetails right into with our topics today, and it's going to be good, my friends. So shall we jump into the topic? Oh, what are you doing right before we jump into it? What are you guys doing? You staying home? You going to somewhere? Or?
We're doing a little bit different this year. We either go somewhere or we're the ones cooking, and everyone comes to our house. This
Mhm.
year, we had a couple of things where my mother-in-law just had a surgery, my stepdad just had a surgery, so her parents and my parents both are kind of house ridden
Sure.
for the time being. Everyone's healthy, everyone's happy, not a problem. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, how can we still do Thanksgiving? And we're going to bring Thanksgiving to people.
Cool.
We're bringing them out. We're making the turkey ourselves. We're making everything, and then we're going to package it and drop it off at different people's houses so that they can enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. And then on top of that, my mom's going to have a few of her friends. That's one of my traditions. My house is open to everyone. It's
Mhm.
not just immediate family. Some people, and that's fine. I like to have my house open to everyone. I want my table can grow. It can
Yep.
get huge.
Yep.
We'll make room. We'll find a way. And I want everyone to have a place to celebrate.
Yep. We totally agree here. That was always the vision for the little farm, but it was truly a little farm, so we couldn't have everybody in the. I mean, we had 6 people in the living room, and that was it. So that's the beauty about our place. Our table can easily fit 10, maybe more, and then we can pull out all the other tables, so we can have a lot of people here, that makes me smile. And that was the whole purpose, the whole thing about going to the farm, and now we've got it here. So that, yes, absolutely. I'm glad that we both share that same passion and thing. And it feels good to drop food off for people who can't get out. I mean, it's such a good thing, man. It's one of the 20 simple steps too that we're about to jump into. So
Well, let's get going.
I know we're 15, 17 minutes in. We got to get going. So, yeah, probably one of the biggest sticking points during this whole process. One of the biggest drivers of frustration for people and biggest heartbreak and things that people fight about is money. So it comes, I mean, we're kind of late in the process here, but one thing that I would suggest is budgeting, getting a budget for your holiday season. And it's not too late, of course, but getting that budget in place and knowing what you got to spend and then not blowing the budget. I mean, none of us are the federal government and can just print trillions of dollars, right? So we've got a budget and sticking with that budget. And, it can be, we found what works for us is like put $100 away all year long. And by December, you've got $1,200 to work with. I mean, even in the summer, you've got a little bit of money to buy gifts during the summer. Just don't forget that you bought them and don't lose them, right? Because you can put them up in the shelf or something to hide them, and then you forget about them until next year. So make sure, put a little money away. Then you're stretched to the limit and putting it on a credit card. And then January comes. We've been there. Julie and I have been there. We looked at each other going, oh, crud. We got bills coming in. The credit card's due. And we got a whole lot of month left. And we don't have a lot of money to cover it. So a little planning goes a long way. And that, planning and doing that budgeting right up front will really help you in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's one of the things that I've tried to do is actually buy smaller, buy less. And it's so easy with all the sales right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they already started Black Friday sales last
know.
week, like for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's kind of going, do you really need that? Are they going to really use that?
Right.
Are you buying it just to buy it?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And how many times have you bought something for someone else and they're just like, oh, cool, I'm going to use this all the time, and
never see it again.
You see it at the rummage sale.
Yes. There's again another story where my brother bought this workbench thing for my dad, and it's up in a loft in their pole shed up north, and it's never left the box. So yeah, there's a bench that we got my mom that's up in the pole shed too in a box, and it's never gotten out. It's like, come on, man, we bought it for y'all. So yeah, stay in the budget, get stuff that matters. And then, I think starting early, like you said, and gifts are kind of a unique thing, starting early and also getting gifts with meaning or experiences. We're kind of killing a couple birds with one stone. We're talking about gifts. We've really been, since Danny died, we've really been focused on experiences, a great example was Julie got our two nieces and our sister-in-law. They went and they did a pottery class together. So they went to a guy named Captain Mudslinger. What a great name for a pottery dude. And they made their bowls and painted them and he fired them in the summer. We got them back in the summer, but it was a very interesting and kind of cool, quirky experience, to work with this Captain Mudslinger. But experience it, like going to a show or going to a museum that they really are into, like World War I museum or something. Our nephew's really into World War I, and finding those experiences, it means a lot more than just another toy trinket, right? I mean, that's what we found. What do you guys do anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, everything that I try to do, it's something very utilitarian, something people are going to use, number one, or it's going to be, hey, let's go out for a weekend, let's go out for a nice dinner, or we make a nice dinner. Or even better, you can buy a dinner. We're going to be doing a farm to table dinner that you can buy for someone, for your family, and just if you're in the Milwaukee area, even North Chicago, it's not that far. But we'll be doing a farm to table dinner in January. So perfect timing to buy a gift for someone now. And, but yeah, I think those experiences are awesome. I even have a chef that will, that's something you can do. Have a chef come out to the house.
Ooh.
They'll make an amazing dinner, clean up after themselves. You don't have to go anywhere. You can go right to bed afterwards, or sit there, drink some wine, and talk about things. Have a big family experience, or just a couple. So little stuff like that. Absolutely. There's a lot of really cool little ideas that you can do to, make a memorable experience, right?
Absolutely.
Not just, oh, I think I sent you to the movies.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that, but something memorable, like getting dressed up, getting a hotel room, going down to see a show or a symphony or something, and making a whole weekend out of it, or a overnight trip or something, make it special. Yeah. Not just, some people like going to the movies, but something pretty special that they'll remember, years down the road. And you can always start early with something like that. Here we are, and in November, you can start early and get Adam's gift certificates for his farm to table dinner.
There you go.
And I would also remind folks that we do have budgeting tools here available on Small Scale Life, and you can get those, and that'll help you budget as well. So I'll have some links in the show notes and all that good stuff. So, all right, pressing forward. Another thing that happens, especially when you have a lot of young kids, they get so many toys, right? And they've got toys everywhere. And we as older adults, we get busy and we can have our stuff everywhere as well. And so do you want to add more stuff to the stuff you have already? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but we would recommend that you declutter your house before the holidays. Now, again, there's a lot going on usually, and you don't want to tear apart your whole house right now, but putting some stuff away or getting rid of it is always a good thing. Jules and I, we do believe in minimalism. So we've done podcasts on minimalism before. So decluttering your house is a big one. we had to declutter as we merged like 4 households into one over the years. So we've had to get real good at getting rid of. And I'm feeling the need to get rid of some more stuff before we enter the holidays. That's just my inner, got to get rid of some stuff. So, or get it organized and either donate it, throw it away. You can sell it if you want, but usually it's down the donation path, or keep it, or if you're going to keep it around and you're going to think about it for a bit, you can do that, but put a deadline on that. So then you have to either donate it, throw it, or keep it. So that's our suggestion on that. Go ahead.
No, I think, there's too many things around. You know, I got small kids, a 4 and an 8-year-old, right? They got stuff that they're tripping over, and once again, they don't remember. They don't remember where that toy came from. Heck, they don't even remember that toy was even there.
Yes, agreed. So less is more, everyone. Less is more. Okay, this one is near and dear to our hearts. Plan your meals. Plan your meals. So Jules and I just did this for our Thanksgiving dinner and then the morning after, because we'll have some people that'll stay overnight. So we're talking breakfast, pancakes and eggs and some delicious bacon. I don't know where this bacon came from. Where did that bacon come from?
Came from my pigs, pasture raised.
So yes, we have some of your bacon, and we're looking forward to having that. And so we had to plan a menu. We had to plan it all out, and that way there's no stress. We'll go shopping. I'll go shopping, or Jules will go shopping, or we'll both go shopping on Tuesday or tomorrow or Wednesday, and we'll be just all set. And it will just happen. Everything will be set, and it's not just running around at the last minute. I mean, there might be some of that to get this or that, but we're going to be in really good shape. So, plan your meals, get a plan, and then you'll be all set.
Yeah, get some snacks also. Stock up on snacks.
Oh yeah.
I guess one of the things that I've always this is me. I find it. I think I would be rude if I don't have enough food for people.
Oh yeah.
I want to see people stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that I have leftovers, that there's more than enough. If you drink beer in your household, make sure this is Wisconsin. Obviously, have extra beer, have extra liquor, have extra soda to make your mixers. There's nothing worse than being the host and running out. But then again, even if you're not hosting, help that host out. Bring a little extra.
Right.
Be a good guest.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them some cheese and sausage.
There you go. Where would I get something like that? I don't even know.
Well, you can order it on a modernfrontier.com. We will ship it right to your door if you're not in the area. Anywhere in the lower 48s, we can ship it right to you. Otherwise, it's really easy if you're regional, like Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin.
There you go. Well, what we're doing this year, and this falls right in line, 2 things we're doing. One, we're having a charcuterie board. Did I say that right? Charcuterie. Yes, that. We're having one of those. So we are having that. Jules has really gotten into that. So we've got all kinds of snack food before we have the big meal, and then we're going to have a great dinner. What was else? Oh, and then the guests, each one is bringing something. So like the ladies are doing dessert. Rebecca's parents are bringing roasted potatoes. So we're going to have like 3 different potato dishes. I mean, it's going to be great. So it's always fun to have the guests bring some stuff too. And it kind of goes back to that gift for a gift thing that's, what do I want to say? Gift for a gift mentality that's been around since, 10,000 years. So, yes.
Yeah. Be that good guest,
Yep.
Should be a lot of fun that way, and there's not as much anxiety between or animosity between that guest and that host. They're like, right. Oh, it's that giving atmosphere, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that kind of goes with delegating, delegating tasks, sharing the responsibilities, cooking, decorating, or whatever, bringing some food. It kind of that's another one that's on our top 20 list. So, yes, delegating tasks, sharing the load, that kind of goes hand in hand. Another big one is setting realistic expectations. That's a big one because it goes back to Christmas Vacation, right? I mean, Clark Griswold goes insane. He's got this vision of how it should be, and his expectations are not reality, especially with all the crazy stuff that happens, right? From the tree that catches on fire to the cat in the box to the dog that tips over the garbage and destroys the house. I mean, all of it's right there, to the cranky neighbors, right? I mean, reality is one thing and our expectations are another. So we have to set realistic expectations or we're just going to set ourselves up for failure. So,
yeah, it's a great time of year. I love the time of year, but it does get frustrating to sit there and go, well, I was expecting A, but you only got Z,
yeah.
and it's okay. It's about the experience. It's not about perfection.
Right.
No one should be judging you. If they are, then forget them. You shouldn't be judging yourself. It's about having a good experience and just playing it cool. Just playing it cool.
Yep. We found over the years, especially with, I'll just say it, dealing with some of the folks in my family, have zero expectations. That way you're not disappointed. If you can come, you can come. If you can't, no big deal. We'd love to see you, but we'll catch you in the next time or something. It's okay. And, it's when I expected them to be there for 3 days and they're going to take a meal. And, it's just like, oh, it's exhausting, because people sometimes can't, sometimes don't want to, sometimes life happens and they have another thing that happens. So just calm yourself, relax, and enjoy the ride,
Mm-hmm.
Like a quote from my favorite movie, Dahmer's favorite movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, like a twig on the shoulders of a mighty stream, go with the flow. That was a line, by the way, I used at my brother's wedding as I was the best man and had to give a speech. So, yes.
What a lucky guy.
I know, right? Okay, so we talked about simplify gift giving, the experience, maybe a box of Wisconsin flavors, something that people will remember, right? So we talked about simplify gift giving, something that people like, even, like I said, experiences and all that. Another thing that people kind of get wrapped around the axles and spend a lot of time on, they probably just should keep trucking on it, is sending out the Christmas cards. There's always I gotta send out the Christmas cards. Oh, I have to put addresses on all those things and I gotta write something. Oh my gosh. So send them out early. What we've done is we've written a letter, almost I treat it like a newsletter, and put together a newsletter, kind of give everybody an update of what's going on, and then get a good picture of all of us, and make the cards, and just boom, done. I think we have a list of addresses and we just run it. So it's real simple. Just boop, 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 put out any addresses and get going. So that's kind of what we do. Do you guys send out Christmas cards?
We probably should be sending out Christmas cards. Probably should send out Christmas cards from the business at the very least, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's Christmas
time.
Christmas cards is always one of those things. I never really. Is this recorded?
It is recorded.
Oh no. Okay, I'll say it. I've never been a big fan of Christmas cards personally. Okay. But from a business perspective, I should definitely be doing it. I have friends of mine that always send me Christmas cards, and it's one of those things where I feel like I'm supposed to do it, but because I feel like I'm supposed to do it, I don't do it because I just don't really like doing it.
I got you. Yeah, yeah. And it's one of those things too we found over the years that when you start sending them out, then people are like, "Oh, I should send them one." So it's kind of that gift for gift exchange. So
Right.
when you don't send them out, then you don't get any. So I guess I'll have to send you one anyway.
Ah, I'll start my fire with it.
Yes, good. Good. This is good. Here's another good one. Music is huge. We love music. Creating a holiday playlist is always good. You know, Pandora, you can get a Christmas channel going. I tend to like the Pandora channels versus the Spotify channels because it's somebody else's playlist on Spotify. It's like, seems like you don't get a very good variety, but I'm a big Pandora person. So music, we're all about the music. You got to have some good music here, and the classics are the best. So even the piano guys can be nice, you know, especially with the snow coming down and a fire on. Yeah, we're all about the music here. How about yourself?
I like just regular normal music. I get annoyed by the time Christmas gets there.
Yeah.
I've heard Jingle Bell Rock 10,000 times. I'm sick and tired of it. So to try and kind of change it up a little bit, I like to listen to bluegrass Christmas music.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you know, it's still in the season. I like it even better without people's voices, so it's just instrumental bluegrass music, and it's a nice mood. But yeah, I have a bunch of my people in my family, they love all the Christmas music, and I just, you know what, go with the flow.
Yep.
Let them listen to it. I'm not a big Christmas music person, but I understand how it can work with that. And like I said, I get Christmas music out. Boy, I'm trying to sound like a Grinch.
No cards, no music.
What's the next thing?
You start yell at my freaking hat, you know? For everybody who's listening on the MP3 or podcast, I am wearing a Santa hat today.
How old are you, MP3?
Yes, MP3. You can direct download the podcast on the website. I will have you know, my friend. So, anywho, yes. So I am wearing a Santa hat. So, and Adam did say I just need a little more gray in the beard, and I can be Santa
soon. Not yet.
Yes, and I will say, you know, Ryan works at one of the big box stores, and they play this stuff endlessly. So I do look for other types of music. So I'm going to try the bluegrass stuff, and I have found like some Yule music, like pagan Yule music, which is like good stuff. So I like that as well. So yeah, you just got to mix it up sometimes. Here's another one. Since we're on the Adam is mad at everything, how about organizing your holiday decor? Do you have any holiday decor, and do you organize it, my friend?
Very, very limited holiday decor. Oh my goodness. This is uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable here. Like I think you made this list just to attack me.
Yeah. Are you feeling the love? Can you feel the love tonight?
I don't watch, or I don't have much holiday decor. We have some, you know, we have this really cool looking holiday old sled. It was an old sled that has this old beer box that was nailed down to it, you know, back 60 years ago. And my wife has these amazing, awesome ornaments from her grandma. And we put these 60, 70-year-old ornaments in this box on this sled. Obviously, we have a Christmas tree. I'm not that bad, you know, and we have a couple wreaths around, but we keep it very, very minimal. I have my mom, on the other hand. This is probably the reason why I am the way I am. Yeah. It's like you're tripping over Christmas decor. My gosh. so many ornaments that we couldn't put them all on the tree.
Oh man, come on now, man. We have a lot of ornaments, and this is a big one for us. I mean, ours have been organized for 2 years. We frankly didn't put any up for 2 years. It was really pretty painful. But this year, we put some up, and it's been good therapy to open up. Every ornament in our house is a memory, so there's something special tied to that, and that's why it was really hard for 2 years to do it. We just had some generic stuff, but it feels good to open those up and look at them and just remember the good times and some of the hard ones too. But we have a lot of ornaments, and we have special boxes, these red boxes for all the ornaments in them. And Jules went out and bought 1,400 lights, because our lights were pre-hung on the tree and they're not working. So it was like, okay, let's do the lights ourselves. And then she was at one of the big box stores and got me some garland and some bows to put up on the garage and above the doorway. So Jules is the Christmas queen, and she does a great job. And I'll have some pictures in the on the post showing our Christmas tree and the hearth, and yeah, it's really nice. So it feels good. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I'll have to get a Yule log in there somewhere. But yes, very cool stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not against the Christmas tree. Actually, I have fun putting the Christmas tree up for that exact reason. Is all the cool ornaments that we've collected over the years. There's Christmas ornaments from back when I was a kid, and sit there, and my son sits there and puts a Christmas ornament up, and like, Dad, this is your name on it, and this is from '86.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little boy back then,
Right. Do you have any of those wood ones, like the wood soldier, the little wood lady, like the German lady? I don't know if these came from Poland or where these came from.
We do have a couple from ornaments from Slovakia.
Okay.
We have a couple ornaments that my mom made. Obviously ornaments from Grandma's house, my wife's, mine. Yeah, some of the older ones, some of the newer ones, but yeah, just I think almost every single ornament has some sort of memory, about it, and it's and then there's stories. We have the pickle on the pickle ornaments. Let's see, but
is that for the pickle soup?
No, it's not for the pickle soup.
Okay.
I forgot. There was some sort of German tradition. I don't know. It was given to me. Let's see. We have, I think, we have a couple mushroom ornaments.
Ooh. Whoa.
Yeah. Once again,
what's going on over there? Yes, we actually, and here we go. We have 2 Christmas trees too. So one upstairs, one downstairs. So love it. And the other thing is, we can only have white lights and no blinking lights on them. So I am still having discussions with the UN about that, with the Christmas Queen about that, because I think we should have a tree with colored lights that twinkle. So that's just Tommy cakes here. So
I think, it'll probably be put down in the basement or maybe the garage, but hey, that's fine.
Yep. The garage. All right, pressing forward. One of the big ones that we both agree upon is practicing self-care, right? Getting rest, relaxing, not being all stressed out. Maybe take a cold plunge or 2 or 3 or 4 or once per week, or maybe a few per week. They'll just put you in a different frame of mind and get you more zen. Take time for yourself. Running a billion miles an hour, like the movie Jingle All the Way, you'll just go crazy, right? So practice some self-care.
Yeah, take care. It's probably the easiest thing to do, yet it's the most difficult thing to do, because you have to say no.
Right. Oh,
it's okay to say no.
Yes.
But for your mental break, and you don't have to necessarily tell them no. Like, I need a break, and be willing to say that. That's something I didn't understand as a kid. Like, hey, we have 6 Christmases to go to. This is awesome.
Yeah.
My parents, I feel bad
Oh,
for my parents.
yeah.
They made it through it, but I mean, take some time for yourself.
Yes. And if you need some help with this, my friend Mariah Voorhees Reiki, she's an intuitive energy healer, a sound healer. She's been on the show 2 or 3 times, 3 times actually, and she's got a guide all about saying no. And as she called it, how to be mentally okay during the holidays. It's a guide, $11. It's on sale right now. If you need some prompts, there are a lot of prompts on there on how to say no tactfully. She's got 50 of them. So if you need to gently say no, well, she's got a bunch of ways to do that. So check that out. It helps you journal and get yourself ready for this and some clarity. And she's got some really good advice in there. So she's really good. She's put some effort into this, and I've been helping her. I did some proofreading of it and stuff, and it's really good stuff. I like it. So I'll have a link in the show notes. So go there, get it. It's on her website right now. So it's good stuff. So we're not just helping each other; we're helping other people too. Okay, so another one is be present, right? And this kind of goes with, we'll get to that in a second, but limiting social commitments, just talked about that, saying no to events and activities. I mean, a lot of us have the obligatory, got to go to the work Christmas party, watch your alcohol consumption there. It's okay to go for a little bit and then leave. Always have an exit strategy, but limit the social commitments, because there's so much going on and you can just get bogged down. And then another one is be present. I mean, how many times you go and people are like this, be present, interact with your guests, interact with your family as best you can, especially post-election. Have grace, please. It'll go much better for you, but be present. Don't just escape into your phone or a bottle of something. Be present.
Yeah. And I think we'll probably have before Christmas, we'll have another kind of more going directed towards just that, how to have conversations with other people, how to, kind of talk people off a ledge a little bit, and how to be that leader at Christmas. And yes, leaders during Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be able to be the one to people look to and say, okay, Tom has a good head on his shoulders. He's calm, he's collected, and man, I just want to be around Tom. I like Tom.
Right.
So we'll have another discussion about that here coming up in a future episode.
Right. And another good one is don't intentionally poke the bear. I know something that will trigger you, so don't just tap on that. Don't dance on that landmine, because sometimes people are spoiling for a fight and they know it triggers you and can get under that armor and they start to dig and dig and dig, and then boom, landmine goes off. So, watch that kind of stuff. So, then I'm looking forward to that show. I think that's going to be great. The 15th one is avoiding perfectionism. I think we kind of hit that a little bit with, the ideal versus reality. It's kind of the same thing. But being perfect is enemy of the good. And sometimes good is just totally fine. Pinkies up. Yes, sir. Pinkies up. So perfect is enemy of the good. Just relax. It doesn't have to be perfect. It won't be perfect. And that's totally okay. If you have a little dust bunny in the corner, nobody's going to notice in 5 years. So they'll be like, oh man, that was a really good time. But did you see that dust bunny? No, they won't remember that. They'll just remember having a good time with you, having great food and good conversation and having a cocktail or two right in front of the fire or whatever you got going on. It'll be really cool. So don't worry. Don't get hung up on being perfect.
Yep.
All right. One of my favorite one of my favorite ones. Establish traditions. Establish traditions. Do you have any traditions, brother?
Oh man, there's so many traditions. And the thing is, growing up, I just thought that was just how you do it. You're right. I'm just kind of glance over some of the traditions. My family's Slovakian, and we have these Christmas wafers, and we put honey in the Christmas wafer. And as you walk in the door, my aunt will sit there and give you the Christmas wafer, and then a kiss on both cheeks and a kiss on the lips, and like, okay, aunts, this is whatever makes her happy, right?
What's the meaning behind the wafer with the honey? Just out of curiosity.
So it's a communion wafer.
Oh, okay.
So it's more or less just signifying, hey, welcome to my house. Here, it's supposed to signify manna a little bit, and just, hey, this is from the church. This is the body of Christ. They're very Catholic.
Gotcha.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Slovaks and Poles were very Catholic for sure. One thing that I thought was kind of interesting is someone does this. The first guest gets a special cup. They get like the special cup, and they are the first ones there, and they are kind of the guest. I mean, everyone's a guest of honor, but they're the first ones, so they get a little extra special cup or something like that. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing. One thing we would always do in Illinois is we would get up early, and the kids hated it. Sometimes I hated it too. And we'd drag our butts to the train station. We'd go downtown and watch the Macy's Day Parade there on Michigan Avenue. And that was always pretty cool. We're right by the McDonald's right there. So it was always cold and kind of early in the morning, but we enjoyed it. And that was one of the traditions we had down there. We don't do that now, but we'll probably, we don't even have a TV upstairs. So we might flip it on the TV, but it's just not the same, So, another tradition that my family on my mom's side, my grandpa would go out and get a Yule log. So they would have that, even though my grandma was Catholic. I think my grandpa was more from the pagan side, so they would get a Yule log. So I would like to have one this year to kind of repeat that tradition.
I think that's an awesome idea. Yeah, we would do a lot of things when it came to cooking. And foods, it was very much, you have a couple special soups that we would have. We'd have a sauerkraut and dumpling soup.
Oh, we've talked about that.
And it sounds like, really? Sauerkraut and potato dumpling soup. It's delicious. And then we'd have a bean soup also. Both were vegetarian soups, if you don't count the broths and everything in them, but apparently that's not meat. But yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So would they roll out the meat at some point? Because I know, like at a Polish wedding, they'll have the appetizers and they'll do the dinner, and then at midnight it's like gangbusters, and they'll roll out the roasted pig and stuff. Is it kind of that kind of deal, or is it okay?
Yeah. So at midnight, because the tradition is you go vegetarian in Slovakia up until midnight. Now we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. We'll,
because nobody can stay up that late.
Yeah, we're all old.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have the hams out. We'll have the sausages out. We'll have all sorts of different, really cool little, extras there. We have the raw beef. Do you do the cannibal sandwiches?
No, we do not. Nope. Julie's uncle did that, but no, we don't do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we love to do. We'll have the raw beef. You got some good salt and pepper with that. Ground round is typically what we use. Fresh. It has to be freshly ground round, and then we will sit there and make some awesome. Put it on a rye bread with some onion. Make a
Oh,
little
yeah.
sandwich of it. Oh,
I was going to ask
I
if
love
you
it.
used like a wheat, not a wheat thin, but like a Triscuit or something like that. But yeah,
Nope, rye bread.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is one of the areas that I don't know if sore spot is the right word, but it's one of those things that it's like whatever traditions were there from the old country or from the past weren't, we didn't practice them. So it's one of those things I'm like, I don't know what they did. So we're going to build our own. That's all we've done. Like last year, it was kind of cool. We were over at my brother's place for Christmas and we got doing sausage. So Christmas morning, we bagged up like 30 pounds of sausage into one pound. It was all breakfast sausage. So we packaged it all up. Everybody got involved. It was an assembly line. The kids, the young adults really, and Jules and my brother, and it was actually it really turned out fun. We got some good photos of that. So, and everybody was involved. It was just kind of crazy how that all worked. But that's not a typical tradition that we do, but it was pretty cool. So, we're looking to build some new ones, right?
Traditions old and new. Traditions started somewhere,
Right.
And you can always look at some of the old traditions online. Look at, hey, I'm German, Slovakian, Polish,
Yep.
Czech, British, whatever religion that or heritage that you have. Take a look to see what their kind of fun traditions are. Pick up a couple of them and
try them out.
Try them out. See if it's something that you enjoy. See if that's something that you like. It calls to you. I think it's important to kind of give a little bit of respect to our heritage, our
ancestors. Yep.
Yes.
I mean, it's a million different ways, a million different endings could have happened, but a million decisions went right for you to be here right now. So, one tradition that some people do is actually make a plate for the ancestors, and that's kind of out of respect, and they get the first dibs on a little plate of food and a chair, and we might do that for Danny this year. So I think that's a pretty important thing. So they're still with us, and honor them in that way. So
absolutely
important. 17, give back, and you talked about this. Bringing airdropping food or bringing food to different folks. We've done the whole feed the homeless thing in the past, on Thanksgiving and Christmas. We've done that. It does make you feel good. And, these folks do need help. There's a lot of folks out there that need help. So volunteer, donate. I was in Walmart here locally and met a lady, and she was just putting cartons of eggs in her basket. I was like, wow, what are you up to? Making something for, some massive amounts of cookies or something? She's like, nope, these are for the food shelf. And I was like, okay, so what do you need? Do you need volunteers? Because I could come down and help. Or what else do you need? And she's like, well, we really need money. We need funds, and that's an easy one. So maybe give a donation to the local food shelf and help them with their operating expenses this time of year, because there is a lot of need out there. Things have been so expensive. So figure out how you can help and do it,
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more.
Number 18, stay active. Eating all this food, right? We're just going to get a little more going on there. So stay active, everybody. Adam rolls his eyes. Yes. Yes, you don't want to be Santa Claus. Yes. Number 19, simplify travel plans. Oh, yes. If you don't travel, then you have nothing to worry about. Some of us are going to be traveling, so we need to simplify the plans. Complicated plans. With complicated plans, things can go sideways in a hurry, right?
Oh, yeah. Real quick.
And it's out of our control. The weather is out of our control. We were going to Texas a couple years ago, and it was 2 years ago. We had a lot of snow, and then we had a lot of ice under the snow. We were trying to get to the airport, and it was just like, we were sliding all the way down the road. So you got to be careful, plan it, look at the weather, simplify plans. Don't give yourself an hour between connecting flights. Give yourself more time, because everything gets jumbled up and messy this time of year. So, and then of course, one of the airlines has a computer glitch and their Commodore 64 doesn't boot up anymore. And then you're stuck. That was a couple years ago too. We came into Dallas and all the people from a Southwest airline were all lined up waiting for their flight. I don't know what airline that was, but Okay. And then number 20 is always something that we do. I mean, I try to do this a lot. Reflect and recharge. Take a minute to reflect. How did things go? What worked? What didn't work? What can be better? What won't we do again? What would we do more of? All that stuff. Think about it. I think in the past, folks didn't do this enough. They just washed, rinse, repeat. And they're like, why did it all go bad? Every year it's the same old thing. Well, you got to reflect and think about it and change. Maybe you need to change what you're doing and how you're approaching it. Just a thought.
Well, I mean, did you enjoy it? Easy enough.
Yes.
Were you stressed out? And do you have that glee on December 26th? Oh, thank God it's over. And well, we only have one more holiday left, January 1st or December 31st, New Year's Eve.
No, there's two.
Well,
there's New Year's,
and
then there's Tommy Cake's damn birthday on January 2nd. So we're partying on the 2nd, baby. Capricorns for the win.
Am I coming up or something? Am I hanging out?
Nobody's done partying, right? Nobody's hungover, nobody's broke, nobody's too fat, and nobody's tired. We're doing this. It's my birthday, and we're gonna party if we want to.
All right. Well, I mean, let's see. That's a Thursday. Okay, I guess. I mean, if you want me to show up.
Oh, this has been my saying for years, that everybody's broke, tired, fat. This is your combined birthday gift. That one of those deals. But
yeah.
Poor
bastard.
I know, right? Oh no, I am very grateful. There's nothing I'm lacking, truly. But yeah, rest, recharge. Think about what's working and what's not, and kind of change things up. Maybe you want to try something new next year. Maybe do a little research on events nearby, or this year we're going to have our crew up, my Dahmer's crew up, and we're going to go to a Yule Christmas event at a church, and then we're going to go to a lighted up, I think they call it Sam's Village or something like that in Somerset. It's all these Christmas lights along the Apple River. So we're going to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we're going to come back here and eat like kings and queens. So it's going to be a good time. So it's something new. We've never done that before. Change it up. See what works.
Maybe it's going to be a new tradition. Maybe it's not.
Exactly. Well, anything to add to that, my friend?
No, I just stay calm. Don't take anyone too seriously. Don't, including yourself.
Yeah.
Just relax, have fun. It's going to be a fun season. It's a long season, but you have to kind of go, okay, what is this really supposed to mean? Is this giving myself honor? Is it giving my ancestors honor? And just have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. Just don't. It's not worth it. Have fun.
Right. Yep. And, one of the pro tips, you get the Christmas party, don't drink too much. I've seen some really high executives get in a lot of trouble because they drank too much. Right. And, even at home or at a friend's house, Don't drink too much. Keep it on the, keep it level. Everybody likes to have a good time, but there's a point where you cross the line and then you can do some really dumb stuff. So don't do that. So stay safe. Don't drive. Get an Uber, all those things. So, well, like Adam and I were talking at the beginning of the show, I'm going to be down his way next week. So we'll see what trouble we can get into. That'll be fun. And we'll have another show. We have not come up with the title yet. If there's anything you'd like to hear us talk about, feel free to drop us a note, put it in the notes, put it in the comments. Let us know. I'm sure we can find something. I had a couple ideas when I was getting set up tonight, and now the idea has left the building. So now I'll have to think about it again. But any final thoughts for you, my friend?
No, it's just it's going to be a busy week with Thanksgiving. We're dropping off a bunch of turkeys and other products off to our customers. So it's a busy time of year, but it's what business is, being busy, right?
Right.
And that's good stuff. And going to have a fun time with Thanksgiving. Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, I'm probably just going to be working and just staying out of the way of everybody else, enjoying myself, spending time with my family, and keeping things calm. But yeah, looking forward to having you come on down here and seeing you in person again. Maybe one of these times we can actually get together and no, that's a bad idea. Enjoy it.
Well, I mean, Thursday you have Thursdays are still your farmers market, correct? Your indoor farmers market with the elite farmers in the area or producers in the area.
Yep. We'll have our farmers market on Thursday. On Tuesday, we're having the tree lighting over in Okauchee.
Yep.
And we'll be doing some cool stuff over there all throughout during the week that you'll be down by us. I'm going to be over at Acres USA, learning and getting smarter with my craft.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a full week for sure.
Yeah, and for the Dahmers gathering at the landing here, I am definitely going to need one of those boxes of Wisconsin flavors, and so let's make that happen on Thursday, maybe next week.
Sounds good. So we can do that.
Put in my order. I'm going to have a bunch of hungry heathens here, so let's get them fed with some tastes of Wisconsin. I think that'll be awesome. And yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun to come to the tree lighting and see the master of disaster yourself there with the family and stuff. Is there going to be any food there by chance?
I'm sure there will be food of some sort. There's a couple of great restaurants right down the road. It's Wisconsin. There's going to be food. There's going to be beer. And there's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. I'll talk to my coworker and we'll get that all lined up. So at least I'll go if she doesn't want to. That's fine. Other than that, at Small Scale Life, I do have a post that I've been sitting on since spring of 23, and it's all about gratitude. And it's part of an ongoing. I mean, I've done several articles on gratitude. This one I want to put out. It's been sitting there for a long time, and it just had to be the right time. So I'm going to have that come out this week. So there'll be another post on Small Scale Life. As always, this will be part of the Small Scale Life podcast, which is streaming on podcast apps everywhere from Spotify to iTunes to Podbean to whatever. There's a bunch that I don't even know about. So check it out there. Also, we have the Small Scale Life YouTube channel, and Adam, he's always around at Modern Frontiers. We got links in the show notes. Go check out his website. He's got some delicious stuff there. And, if you have a topic, let us know. And other than that, I think we're there, my friend. We've arrived at the station.
Hey, we're almost on time. Can you believe it? Think about it. Only 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Not bad.
not bad at all, my friend. So, yeah, well, we'll see you next week, my friend.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. This is Tom from Small Scale Life. Remember to learn, do, grow, be a little better every day.
And this is Adam with Modern Frontier. You want my meat in your mouth? Wait a minute. Was I supposed to say that?
No, you weren't. We're supposed to come up with something else. Like,
okay.
What was it? Taste of Wisconsin flavors or taste my flavor? No.
Oh boy, we'll work.
I gotta rewind.
Okay?
I gotta go. I came up with something good. That should be the deal, the hook. But
yeah, okay.
Yeah, your flavors. Oh god, yes, we've hit the end of the rails. I think we just derailed the show.
I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, we'll see you later, everybody. Take care. See you real soon.